And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Hurricane headed for the East Coast. Right, hurricane headed for the East Coast. Next couple days, we're going to see what that turns into. Now, tomorrow, the election in Georgia is national. The governor's race. I think in the next 7 weeks, the Georgia governor's race will take stage. It'll be in the top 5 races that'll be talked about in the country. Is my prediction. My reasoning is Stacy Abrams, being an African-American black female Democrat, they have poured the money in here. Absolutely poured the money. Now, the one thing I will say, let's look, put the picture of them. This is Brian Kemp and Stacy Abrams. Now, we will have somebody representing the Kemp campaign tomorrow that will be talking about public safety. Julianne Thompson. I don't know how many of you know Julianne. I do know she's known statewide in politics. She is a original co-founder of the Atlanta Tea Party. And she will be with us tomorrow to talk about safety issues throughout the state with candidate Brian Kemp. But now, in the polling that was done from August 26th to September 4th, okay, if the election for governor being held today and the candidates are Brian Kemp, the Republican, and Stacey Abrams, the Democrat, and Ted Metz, the Libertarian, who would you vote for? So Brian Kemp gets 45% and Stacey Abrams gets 44%. The sample is 1,020 respondents. So Kemp's up 45-44, a heat. Is your opinion of Brian Kemp favorable or unfavorable, or do you have no opinion? His favorability is 40, his unfavorability is 32. The same question, is your opinion of Stacey Abrams favorable or unfavorable? Favorable for Stacey Abrams is 42, up 2 points from Brian Kemp's, but her unfavorables are only 26. Only 26 in the unfavorables, okay? Do you approve or disapprove of the way Donald Trump has handled his job as president, okay? Now, this is the overall group. I told you last week, between last week, when did I make the prediction? On Thursday, that by this Friday, I'm going to say there's going to be at least 3 Republicans. Now, the bad thing about it is it will leak out in the media, okay? Somehow it'll leak. But I am guessing between last Thursday, I think, and this coming Friday, at least 3 Republicans will ask Trump not to campaign with them. Watch and see. All right? Now, Kemp has not done that. Mike Pence, the Vice President Mike Pence, is coming to town to campaign with Brian Kemp. And Kemp has not done that. But Kemp has pivoted to the middle. Not in a bad way. We're not upset here. But he has pivoted to the middle for Georgia. But at the same time, Kemp is staying focused on the issues that he led with during the primary. He has changed, is it called the vernacular? Is that what it's called? I don't know. Did I get that right? And he has softened the tone. Kemp was told leave his chainsaw at home. We've not seen him riding around in the F-350 with the shotgun rack in the back. We haven't quite seen that out of him. Haven't seen the chainsaw. He hasn't fired it up to cut regulations. He hasn't brought out the 350 and threatened to... You know, here's what I thought Kemp would do. Lance Bottoms, whatever her name is, Keisha or whatever, Lance Bottoms, the mayor of Atlanta, signed an executive order last week basically making Atlanta a sanctuary city, which is against the law in the state of Georgia. But she signed an executive order saying, get Get ICE detainees out of my jail now. I want them out now. So here's what I like. We are paying to move them. We are then going to pay taxpayers an over and above fee for attorneys to have to drive to visit their client. We're even going to put some money in for parents that have to go visit their client, okay? I mean, go visit their kids or whoever they are. I mean, we're going to spend the extra money in the state of Georgia to move these people out of Atlanta jail because the mayor said so. Here's what I thought immediately. I thought, what if Kemp would have come up with a commercial and said, I'll take those 5-day detainees right now, and I'll truck them right down to the border. I'll have them down at the border by the end of the day. Don't you worry one bit, Mayor. I get the Smokey to run cover for me up front. I'll have them to the border in 48 hours. Anyhow, so I predict 3 Republicans will ask Donald Trump not to campaign with them by this week. They're working very, very hard to get Donald Trump, the Republicans, to turn against Donald Trump, the media. Do you approve or disapprove of the way Donald Trump is handling his job as president? Approve is only 42%. In Georgia, you want me to believe in Georgia that it's only 42%. Disapprove, in this sample, 51% disapprove. You want me to believe that in Georgia? How would you describe the state of Georgia's economy? Excellent, 14%. Good, 50%. So 64% in Georgia say good or excellent. Okay? I told you last week, the American people on a whole, are living the Trump economy. And there's just no reason to go against him. What is the single most important issue in determining your vote in November? Taxes go with 5%. Gun laws go with 8%. Religious liberty grabs 4%. Traffic and transportation only 5%. Here's the two right here. Okay? Healthcare is 16%. Jobs and economy 25%. And public schools are 16%. All right? Immigration is 10%. I'm telling you that Stacy Abrams has enough room on some of these issues to do workarounds to get you, the people, to believe she may be the best candidate to handle that because she's going to have the money. I know you're yelling at me right now. She will have the money to try to convince you of that. In the 2016 presidential election, who did you vote for? 44% Donald Trump, 42% Hillary Clinton. Since Trump's election, have you become more politically active, less politically active, or has your level of political activity stayed the same? I'm 33% more political active, less is only 5%, and 60 has stayed the same. More, 33%. Okay? Encouraging that blue wave. If a candidate of any office strongly embraces President Trump. Ready? Ready for this? This is where I'm telling you. This is the poll. AJC, right out with it. If a candidate for any office strongly embraces President Trump and his views on issues, does that make you more likely to vote for that candidate, less likely to vote for that candidate, or would it have no effect either way? More likely to vote for that candidate is 22%. Less likely is 42%. And no effect is 33%. All right? No effect is 33. Doesn't change it anyway. I'll vote for Brian Kemp regardless if he likes Donald Trump or not. 33 and 22. Okay? Less likely is 42%. So those are the breakdowns. They want you to think that if 42% of those polled said, I will pull the lever, I'm less likely to vote for the candidate that supports Donald Trump's opinions and views there, 42%. So if you notice, the 42% is Abrams has 44. That's pretty much the people that don't want Donald Trump is 42. Abrams is 44. So right now, I'm not too concerned about Brian Kemp. I do think that Brian Kemp will win this race. But I don't want to say with overwhelming enthusiasm, because I will tell you this. Republicans that do not get to work now and stay home, Republicans that do not get enthusiastic, will end up with Nancy Pelosi as Speaker of the House. And Barack Obama came out this weekend, and the deep state is trying to do everything they can to put a stop of Brian Kemp being the next governor of Georgia, pouring all the money they can into Stacey Abrams. I'm going to take a brief break. When we come back, we got a couple more stories we're going to do. And don't forget, at 10 o'clock this morning, Dave Garner with Instant Replay. Take a break.